One of the most important things you can learn is that you cannot do this alone. In the beginning, a lot of this you will do alone. You probably won't have a big staff around you. You probably won't be in a position where you can afford to pay a lot of people to do things for you. So you'll make calls, you'll send letters, you'll do all of those things yourself in the beginning, usually. After a while, you'll begin to surround yourself with a team. And as part of this whole process, once you've determined your industry, you're going to surround yourself with your board of directors. Super important. You want people significantly more successful than you, and then to be able to interact with those people. And I did a podcast on this, but I wanted to do a YouTube on this as well. Andrew Carnegie was about the second wealthiest person in America in history. And if you took those numbers of what he had amassed, I'm going to read this. Andrew Carnegie's net worth at his richest was valued in today's dollars between $300 and $372 billion. Big steel magnate, did incredible things, came from Scotland, and was incredibly successful. One of the things that's interesting about his life is the end of his life. And if you look at his tombstone, or you do some research on it, on his tombstone he had the inscription written, "Here lies a man who knew how to enlist in his service better men than himself." And a lot of people, and it's a self-image, self-respect situation, don't want to surround themselves with people that are better than themselves. They think they're going to take their head off, take their business away, any number of things that could happen in that scenario. I always, and learned this early, surrounded myself with people who were better than me. Not everybody was better than me, but I strived to end up with those people around me. And then it was my job to lead them, motivate them, and hopefully make them loyal to me, so that as a team we accomplish things. I also learned early on, and I used to give this talk to new employees, if it goes wrong, and I was lower in an organization, this was during my corporate career, I would take the hit for that. I would take the responsibility for it. If you do the same thing twice, therefore you haven't learned, no, you're going to take the hit. And when I stepped up and put myself in a position of covering them when they had made a mistake the first time, I began to build loyalty in those people, which was important. So remember, surround yourself with people who are better than you. Put big hitters on your board. Be uncomfortable as you will be when you first talk to them. You'll find eventually that those are some of the easiest conversations, the big hitters that you will have. But then all of that work to get a board, to get professionals, to get financial institutions, ultimately to get a business, all of that work is for naught if you don't use the tools that you've assembled. You don't use the people that you've put in place. And it is amazing to me when I get questions, which I often do, what do you think about this, Bruce? Have you asked your board? No. Have you asked your professionals? No. Well, then you might as well not have them. So it is one thing to put together a board, it's another thing to effectively use it. A lot of people don't use it because, well, they're going to think I'm stupid. No, they're going to think you're stupid if you take actions without knowing what to do and not availing yourself of the expertise that you had. Then they'll think you're stupid. But they're going to recognize pretty early on that most of the people doing this are inexperienced, haven't done it before. And if you lead from the front, take action, update the groups as to what you're doing, they're going to be excited enough that they're going to want to help. And you're going to find that as well. When you ask them for help, you're going to find that you get that. One of the things I would suggest is it gets very tiring when someone comes and just says, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? As opposed to coming and saying, here's the problem. Here's what I think we should do. What do you think? Do you think that's right? Sometimes it'll be right, sometimes it won't. But you show the person that you've given enough thought to it to come with a solution. So remember Andrew Carnegie's words. Once again, here lies a man who knew how to enlist in his service better men than himself. Remember that. Surround yourself with good people. Use those good people, use their expertise, use their wisdom, and you're going to find that you get there more quickly than those that don't. If you don't know how to start, if you don't know what to do in this process, super important that you do. Go to the website. The All New Deep Dive Bootcamp is a great place to start. There's a free class there, which is how to start conversations. You can pick that up if you want to go there directly, just brucewhipple.com/get class. We'll get you there as well, put you on the mailing list so that you get the 3 emails where I action orient those emails for you 3 times a week. Super important. The other thing that's there in surrounding yourself with people, group coaching and the VIP Mastermind both have some spots in that. So if that's of interest, contact me, bruce@brucewhipple.com. I'm careful about who I put in those groups. I only put in the group coaching people who've been through the boot camp because I want to be sure they have the process down and understand what to do so we don't lose all that time. But surround yourself with good people and use those good people. And if you remember that and you are not afraid to work with people who are stronger than you in a lot of ways, you will do much better. Okay, keep pushing, follow the steps, and most importantly, take action.